Alright, so we are playing some Deathmark Ephemerals. This is a mono Shadow Isles deck that is splashing Ionia as its second region for Deathmark and a few copies of Deny. Deathmark notably removes Ephemeral from one of your units and grants it to an enemy. And this is really good, especially with Darkwater Scourge here. So one of your best plays against aggro with this deck is bank your spell mana in the first 2 turns, play Darkwater Scourge on 3, and then Deathmark the Ephemeral off of Scourge onto one of their things, which means your 5/5 lifesteal gets to hang out and live, and their best unit in play dies because it's now Ephemeral. The rest of this deck, because we're playing a bunch of Ephemeral stuff, is playing Hecarim as one of its champions. So he levels when you've attacked with 7+ Ephemeral allies. Whenever you attack, he summons 2 Ephemeral Spectral Rider, so he's self-enabling. And then his leveled mode here gives your Ephemeral allies +3 attack, in addition to having a good stat line and having Overwhelm himself. We're also playing Kalista as our second champion, who is a 4/3 with Fearsome, who levels up when she sees ally dies. Just another card that's very good with all of our various Ephemeral things, because they're dying constantly. Yeah, so people that are new to the channel, or just need a reminder, a lot of the decks we play on this stream are viewer submissions. The person that submitted this said they've been playing it a bunch, so we're going to start with 2 Deathmarks, but I feel like we have enough Ephemerals that this is probably going to be a card we always want to draw. So I wouldn't be surprised if getting up to 3 of these is something we do. That being said, this deck is also trying to play Stalking Shadows, and we're already at only 19 units for Stalking Shadows, which is a little bit on the low side. I think 20 to 21 hits for Stalking Shadows is about where you want to be most of the time. So Stalking Shadows definitely puts a bit of a deck building restriction on us in terms of how many non-followers, non-champions we can be playing in our deck in total. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Gangplank Twisted Bait could be an aggressive deck. Could also be something more mid-rangey. Gangplank usually implies something more aggressive. I'm going to mulligan the Crumble because it's slow. You have an okay 1-2 curve here otherwise. Tron Dragon! Everybody join me in welcoming Hoaglandia's 5th Shillionaire. Thank you for the absurd amount of time you spent watching the channel over the last year. I'm gonna add your tag, in the Discord server right now. Yeah, let's get Shark Chariot going. Does that mean we get to tax him more now? Hollandia believes in progressive taxes, so we only tax their millionth and first shilling higher than the rest of them. What happens when a Shillionaire redeems Shillionaire again? They get to add a piece of content to the queue with 100 points to the stream queue, and they get a Shillionaire role in the subs Discord. They get a shout out on Twitch or on Twitter and Discord. The guillotine. So this makes powder monkeys over the course of a few turns. This is going to turbo level their gangplank. You need to fill out a deck submission for her. Yeah, if you're whatever deck you'd like to submit, Tron, fill out the form for it. Gonna be so happy. You mean considering fleeing to New Zealand, it is incredibly difficult to immigrate to a lot of countries, Sprayways.
Don't ask where it's from. Ask how much.
Sans the United States literally burning down around me. I don't plan to leave the country as long as my wife remains employed. My wife has one of those good corporate jobs that provides us with healthcare that's close to what you'd expect from a real country. It's a big boy, chat. Okay. Everglade Collector's nice. Gain some life back in combat.
Their bones are splintered.
I feel like I'm supposed to block here, so that way, I feel like I'm supposed to block here, so that way anything I attack into this with can kill it. I think I'm using this just to gain some life. And I have one Shark Chariot down already, so when I attack with this, the other Shark Chariot's going to pop back up, which will gain us a couple of points of life back here.
Deal me in.
Mm.
Says I don't share.
Okay, well, I mean, we get to end up at 20 after all of this, so that's nice.
Where are you?
Never hurt. Everglade Collector doing some work here for us.
Nice selection. Speaks for itself.
Thorn has a lot of cards in hand here, though. Their gangplank's at 3 out of 5. They don't open on attacks. I'm pretty sure we're just playing Hecarim. And we might kill them with Everglade Collectors. Hecarim will summon 2 Ephemerals, and those Ephemerals will summon the Sharks.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen. That's a great line. I don't want to expose this, I don't think. And if Hecarim dies, they have Rekindler. I wonder if they have another Twisted Fate here. That would be kind of not great. Kill these.
Rarely forget and never forget.
Lovely day for a battle.
I am reborn of salt and brine.
If I shark here, I still don't level him, right? Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's just attack to play around them sharking us. Remember, you can only attack with 6 things.
Credit denied. Fire beware.
Opponent currently dying the Everglade Collector. Everything that dies on my board is draining them for 2. You spin them tires. Nice, that was sick. Hecarim getting to flex there a little bit. Yeah, having double Everglade is real strong. Especially with Hecarim and the Sharks. Hecarim and the Sharks sounds like a really bad 80s metal band. How many gems or hearts am I? I don't know what that refers to. It sounds like the best 80s hair band. Oh, the unlocks? I have no idea. I have the first 2 cards unlocked. I'm waiting to unlock the third. The third one, Go Hard, is the one I want to play with. I want to play Go Hard Karma. Three deny might be too many. It might be the third deny might be better as the third Deathmark. Yeah, Dr. Bruja, they're legal now. It's really awesome. As someone who's used to there being 100 different magic products that are like only for commander players, the fact that I actually get to play with the sweet things in Runeterra is great. So they currently can only be obtained from the event. Once the event finishes, you'll be able to craft them as normal. Remember when I said 19 was on the low side for Stalking Shadows? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, it's still fine, Steve. It still makes you lots of them. Honestly, it might have been right to not attack with the shark there and just burn their mana.
Jinx stands for Jinx.
cast Fog. Oh, Fog resolves things. Is there a good burn deck list for Runeterra? Yeah, there's a look up Spider Burn. It's Shadow Isles Noxious. It plays Elise as its only champion. The current deck, the deck we're currently playing against, is also a very good aggressive deck, but it's not so much a burn deck. We're very dead here. Had either of those denies been a Deathmark, we easily win that game, right? Because the Deathmark would mean we keep the 5/5 and we'd kill their Jinx. I'm gonna make that change. I think Deathmark's too important in the aggro matchups to not play 3 of them. There's a lot of aggro on the ladder right now. Deny is obviously very good against the War Mother's Call ramp decks, but there's less of that and more aggro in the format, he says before immediately queuing into War Mothers. I keep the extra Kalista here. Swain's usually a pretty interactive removal heavy deck, so having a backup seems good.
Elise, where are you? No.
What will you have?
I don't think I want to make a change that big, Caker, until I've played more games with the deck. At that point, you're veering into changing the deck a pretty significant amount. And again, like, you don't want to do the typical Twitch chat thing of, like, knee-jerking, making a huge change just because you played one matchup that was hard. And then, like, you don't want to sideboard your main deck after you lose a matchup. Really unfortunate. This thing's super close to leveling now. It's gonna level up next turn, right? Need to draw Deathmark real bad.
This is fun, yes?
Oh, they're not leveling him. Deal. It's gonna level Kalista here. This be a little bit of value. Thank you, Gustav. I appreciate it. I have Ravenous block here. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna sack this in response to level her, so that way my next Kalista is leveled. So she's dying regardless. I might as well guarantee the next Kalista is leveled.
It is easy, see? Angry horse just needs apple.
Angry horse just... I don't think I've heard that voice line before, chat. Angry horse just needs apple. Oh, Hecarim.
I've carved meat bigger than you. Let's talk about your tag.
Braum is very funny. This attack lets them level Braum, but it also works towards leveling Hecarim, so I think it's worthwhile. Is Heck gonna die here? Yeah. That's fine. I have another one in hand. Preemptively bumping the Fizz Tarek to Heck sounds good, Triple D.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
It's very good. Beacon Burn.
Your best.
Quality stuff. Dead or near enough.
But tall as a mountain and covered in ice. Angry horse just needs ammo. Bar the doors. They're coming. Hide.
So this is dying anyways, but this kills Braum at end of turn. Yeah, Deathmark's a super sweet card. For sure.
For conquest. For empire.
Stay safe, my friend.
That's pretty good.
Dark in the sky.
Lovely day for a battle.
Is he saying battle? He's saying battle. B-A-T-T-L-E. Okay, so we just open on attacks, right? And Hecarim brings the boys. We got two Neverglade collectors again here.
Return fire.
They're gonna kill this. They have to kill this and this, right? Yeah. Sick. Nice. Very nice. Sweet start so far. Neverglade collectors punching the clock and going to work. Someone asked, how many hearts do we have in the KDA event? We are up to almost 60. Need 90 for the go hards. Does play draw matter in this game like in other TCGs? So, attacking on evens or attacking on odds, going first or going second, often does matter in the decks that you play or the hand that you draw, but going first or attacking on odds isn't always strictly better. There are a number of decks and a number of hands in certain decks that prefer to have priority to be attacking when you have an even amount of mana as opposed to an odd amount of mana. To give a short, more pointed answer, Runeterra has the best play draw balance of any card game I've ever played. I think I'm full mulliganing everything but the Deathmark, looking for a 5/5 lifelink.
What's that noise?
Our hands are scotch awkward. This card's fine against dagger, but the rest of these are not great.
I must get out of here.
By the way, I haven't really plugged it today. I've got 2.5 more days, though. If you're someone that's new to the channel or just hasn't done it yet and you'd like a really easy way to support my content, I have a promo going with the mobile game / PC game Vikings right now. If you install that game and play through the tutorial using my link, it takes less than 5 minutes of your time. I'd appreciate that. If I get to 200 people to do that, so another 57 over the next few days, I get a bit of a bonus. Appreciate the folks that take a couple minutes out of their day to do that so far. Works on Android, iOS, and PC. Drawing, this is awkward. So, not only are all the death marks awkward, but like we've also just drawn like Crumble and Deny too. This very, very big wrong half problem here. Feels bad, man. Our deck wants a mix of things, and we have all of one thing and none of another. Yes, landmarks are a new card type. You cut a death mark like cutting a land in Magic. Yeah, exactly.
Jinx stands for Jinx. Durr.
Durr.
There you are.
The people are my strength.
Nah, there wasn't any interest in seeing Mythgard content from my community, Baka. And the audience surrounding Mythgard isn't large enough for me to really want to explore it on my own. So, without any support, there wasn't any reason to dip into it. No, I cut the third Deny for a third Deathmark. Oh, card games. This means the deck is bad. Yes, exactly. You have to rage cut one of those spells immediately. Our poker hand was excellent. Poker face, poker face, mine. Am I mulliganing Hecarim here? I am. Looking for some lower curve stuff.
Be nothing less.
My hand was triple Deathmark, double Deny Roth. It was real awkward. Rain on me, daddy. Rain on my parade. Oh, yeah. You know, just what I like.
Best run while you can.
Monkey idol, eh?
We weren't expecting callers.
And then next turn we go Cursed Keeper into Bladed Caretaker.
Oh yes, she does our visitors.
Dead men tell my tale.
See if they have a Vile Beast here. Nope, Jake. If you did it on mobile, it'll take a minute or two to pop up, but it will be there. Thanks for doing that. Appreciate it.
Shadow approaches.
Because the extra body from this could be useful later.
Round 'em up.
You'll fight or you'll swim.
Round 'em up.
Alright, so their gangplank is leveling this turn.
I'll take 'em dead or near enough.
When this dies, their gangplank levels.
You picked the losing side.
I want to just draw two here. Oh gosh, this is great. I didn't fully comprehend what was about to happen.
Water is mine and mine alone.
I challenged the barrel with Hecarim because I fucked up.
Let 'em bleed out.
I'm done at a GP trigger. It matters a lot. I still have a Hecarim in play. If I still had a Hecarim in play, I'd be summoning a second Hecarim here instead of a first Hecarim. It's a big deal. Oh, I could deny the GP trigger. Or you're saying the GP trigger when he attacks. I could deny the GP trigger.
Return to us.
There'll be blood in the water. Prepare the barrage.
Well, you know. Alright, definitely didn't matter. Rough. Shark Daddy is here. He is very angry. I'm gonna keep the Shark Chariots here. I think there's a good chance we can win this matchup by being aggressive. This is another matchup where Deathmark seems real good, though. Getting to Deathmark, a what's it called? Lee Sin doesn't care about the barrier. Yeah, I agree, Empire for Hire. Probably on the list of things. Yeah, he's really good. Like, compare Gangplank stats to Hecarim, for example. I think is a pretty apt comparison. We have guests. Thanks, Admiral. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to do that.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
Darkstorm, thanks for checking out the Vikings promo. Appreciate that. And Propaganda Mister, appreciate you. Yep, that's exactly correct, Prop. Your name popped up, you're all good. This shark brings another shark. Swing low, Shark Chariot. Come along to carry me home.
Extend your senses.
Judge. They buffed his life total up one, chat. No, it's not even an unnerf Lee Sin, it's better. Really need a Deathmark. Okay. So, you're saying there's a chance.
The journey is difficult. These will protect you.
Careful, Nopify, Bastion, or Deny. Okay, here's a real question, Gustav. How do you recommend I play here to play around those cards? Like, what does my line playing around those cards look like? You literally can't. Which is, again, like, that's kind of the fundamental problem with the Lee Sin deck, is that you can't play around anything. You just, it feels, you're basically playing Go Fish and you're saying, hey, do you have the thing? If not, go fish, I win. At a fundamental level, that's the problem with the archetype. There's very little counterplay and back and forth, which is very atypical for Runeterra. Runeterra games tend to be very interactive and have a lot of back and forth, and the Lee Sin archetype is an aberration of that norm. Hey, Braveheart Lion. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Am I planning to do sub-only chats for Runeterra more often? Nah, probably not. Yesterday I was just there was an higher than average amount of people not using commands and repeating the same things that they could get answered by using commands, and I was a little annoyed, so I decided to turn it on. Today's been fine. I don't intend to make sub-only chat the norm for Runeterra like it was for Magic. The Runeterra community, for the most part, has been much more reasonable than I experienced in Magic.
I'll see this through. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that, Wax Papers. Generally speaking, burst spells are fine in this game, and Lee Sin, again, is an aberration of what are the normal design norms.
I will not hold back.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, he's not kicking us yet. I get to, like, play another Nightglade Collector here, and then maybe we kill them with Ephemeral units next turn. Dead or near enough.
Conflict is all in the mind.
And, like, there's a potential we race them here, because that's the best way to beat the Lee Sin deck. You don't beat it by interacting with it, you beat it by racing it. And racing here is a real possibility.
And here's where I'd paint my constellation.
So if I attack with 2 of these will die. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we do just have them dead. I think we can kill them with these triggers. I'm not playing 2 of these this turn, so I'm gonna play Kalista first, so we can level her up.
I will not hold back.
The sharks are coming back too. Oh, I forgot about the sharks.
Hold still.
Oh, so they're super dead. Forgot about the sharks, chat. Swing low, shark chariot. Come along to carry me home. So I have to kill or silence both of these. Okey doke. Race, race, race. Race, 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 race. Neverglade's been the MVP of the set for sure. It's been real good. Alright, sweet. A control matchup. Let's see how this goes. This is a matchup where Deny really shines. Catch you later, Claire. It's kind of tempting to keep a Rekindler, but I'm only get everything but the Shark Chariot looking for curve filler. It's fine. Definitely just burning their mana there. There's a good chance if I don't burn their mana, they play this card, which negates my attack anyways. We have gas. I'm supposed to get a couple more sharks there instead. Way on that one. We're gonna make a 5/5 here. And this is still Ephemeral, so we still get to jump the shark again this turn. Like, I get to play Hecarim on their turn and then have good open attacks now.
King of Trolls coming through.
Alright, Twitch chat, you heard him. He's your king. No blocks. Hail Trundle, first of his name. Maliege. I think I'm okay with losing Hecarim here to push this attack. Because, like, I have another Hecarim in hand and I have a Rekindler as well. So we're gonna Ice Pillar now and level Trundle.
It's always cold in the Freljord. One troll to rule 'em all.
I think I have to target this one to play around Vile Feast, as much as I would love to kill my 1/1.
But I'm king. The trolls are going to war.
It's bad, man. How many expensive cards do you have in your hands? They have one card in their hand that costs 8+. I don't know if we're gonna have time to live to do that, but it's nice to think about. The basic question Vorsmith comes down to, is Zed better than Kalista? And I'm genuinely not sure what the answer to that question is.
One candle for every soul. Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Have a Vengeance for Hecarim here. Unspeakable. Huh, did I mess that up? I think maybe I'm supposed to hook one of the Ice Pillars with my 1 attack thing there. I think is maybe what I was supposed to do. Man, are we about to die? Are we about to die to Atrocity for 11? We're about to get Atrocity for 11.
Return to us.
Just a Vengeance, deal. That's true. We technically did that miss.
We each died, then found hope.
Alright, and they don't have Vengeance mana up here anymore. We were wondering if we are going to have time to use our 3 Rekindlers. It looks like we are.
You got a problem?
Our distinct lack of Neverglade collector this game has been unfortunate. Oh, I'm dumb. I could have killed this Ice Pillar with this Rekindler, right? And they wouldn't have been able to hit my Hecarim next turn. That was bad on my part. We're gonna die to Overwhelm here? We might die to Overwhelm here on open attacks. Yeah, this is Soul Life because I messed up.
Bow to your king. One smack'll do.
Such naivete.
Okay, well they could have killed me there by hooking. No, wait, no, that's fine. I'm dumb. All right, dead to another Undying Horror. Because Undying Horror can hit the face. I would not be dead to the Horror had I, Oh, they could have hooked Heck with the Ice Pillar. Yes. They must have another one, right? Oh, we were this close, chat. This close. I feel like Horror generates Doom Beast a disproportionate amount of the time. It's rough. Yeah, I agree. I feel like we have an okay shot in that matchup. I agree with that assessment. It's a really close game down to the end. Gosh, am I just keeping all of these? How do you know what decks you can build? If there's a third-party website called Mobilytics, and if you link your Riot account to your Mobilytics account, you can import your Runeterra collection, and it will tell you what decks you have the cards for. You can also import them into client, and the cards you don't have will show up as red. But you can also do it in the web browser with the third-party tool. This is actually a good draw, because it lets me crack this open into a 4-3 proactively. Yeah, I agree, Violent Journey. We got through a significant portion of our deck without seeing an Everglade there. Big agree.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Yeah, if you open the deck in the deck editor, the cards are lit up in red that you're missing, Crow. Yeah, I'm gonna use this as a gain too, I think. Triggers this too. Best draw on the deck. Hashtag sometimes lucky. They can't kill Kalista here. These hookers level them up. So again, order Kalista all the way to the right so that way when these die, they level her.
Keep firing till they're dead on the ground. My kind of plan.
I have my orders.
I'll burn for what I've done. Neither the flames nor the depths can claim me, Captain.
This card is just so big. I was feeling really good for half a second there. And they just completely flooded the board.
Our vengeance has burned long enough.
Yeah, he just does so much. I think I'm just playing Neverglade here. I could dig for the lifelink ephemeral. Oh, we could also hit a 1-mana thing? Alright, I guess we're committed to doing that now. So we have a bunch of blockers.
Break their legs.
In range.
Oh, I should have played the ephemeral one, right?
Give them a chance.
Love ya.
Everyone's a garden.
Okay, and then they're obligated to block here. And then we can Deathmark Gangplank here.
Shed a tear. Who's angry for action, eh?
Always remember, I welcome suggestions on plays that we could make that are better, but be sure to include with your comment why your suggestion is the better play. Otherwise, you're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Man, this thing still isn't summoning anything. I guess this means I can trade Kalista here, which is nice. What is Go Get It? I don't know what that card does. Is that the new Ionia card? I don't feel like we need that extra grind at the top end. I'd rather have the interaction. It's good with Rekindler, but like when you have Rekindler, you're usually grinding them out already anyways.
Aim. Captain's orders. bullet to the face.
Your death has been ordained.
Was a waste.
You will never find peace.
Suppose you would.
So these are the blocks, right? Yeah, imagine trying to manage this board. That's a sleep with the fish. I have to stay above 2. Do you glimpse a bomb? Yes, I think so. I think that's the play. This puts them to 1 off the Neverglade. I guess the problem with glimpsing the bomb is now Jack the Winner is a free one of these. Like, whereas before that wasn't the case. Yeah, maybe that's wrong.
I promised a bloodbath.
Yeah, I'm aware Hecarim levels on attack. Oh, and he's Overwhelm, right? So that's fine. Overwhelm should be lethal. Forgot that he was a trampler. This is the part where they cast Make It Rain and kill us, right? So, we actually want to attack right away, so this way if they have Make It Rain, there's a chance it hits our units.
Don't you dare run.
Never not. No cards in hand, draw for the turn, burn spell. The only draw that killed us. Decimate. No, Decimate didn't kill us there either, right? Because we're starting at 5 or 3. Yeah, honestly, Silence, I think that's probably Noxian Fervor should probably be slow. That would be a change I would like to see. Card just does too much. No, it's not true at all, Prewaits. We went to 3 on their turn. The Noxian Fervor killed us regardless, so you're incorrect. Looking at these, looking for other cheap things to play. Cards unplayable and slow. Yeah, maybe. It definitely feels too good as is, though. It's incredibly worse Decimate. Nah, it still hits creatures. Still hits units. Again, I think, as someone who's played a lot of card games, and I've played a ton of this format, the fundamental problem with the pirate aggro deck is that you're never allowed to stabilize because they always burn you out.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
You can't stabilize and play to the board because once you're down, once you're like sub 10 life, they just kill you. That's the fundamental problem with the deck, in my opinion. Not bad. All the sharks.
King of Trolls coming through. Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do. Like they said, they plan to do a larger balance change with the next patch, so be interesting to see what comes of that.
I'll knock 'em dead. The trolls are going to war!
Ready when you are. Always ready.
There you are! They must all pay the price!
It's so weird to me. One of the things I will never get over about people on the internet is their constant ability to post things that are just objectively untrue. It's a big societal problem in general, honestly. Like, the person I just timed out who was like, Riot only gives +1s and -1s, that's just like, that's just like, could not be further from the truth.
Vengeance has burned long enough!
Like, just like, that's not reality. Like, there are so many examples. I know the most recent patch, all they did was adjust numbers, and your memory is probably really short. But, like, yeah. Like, I get it. Having a memory longer than last week is difficult. Having a memory longer than last week is also a problem that we have with our society. It's part of the reason why Trump's gotten away with so much of what he's gotten away with. Because people can't remember all the awful shit from 2 months ago because there was so much awful stuff in the last 2 weeks. We have a lot of sharks, chat.
You and me, we'll rule the world. And I thought humans were stupid.
Oh man, it made Acel a 10-10. What just happened? I believe we've died. I mean, I guess I could technically... No, I have to kill Kalista, right? Because she's vulnerable. So if I do this, I can then block this here and not be dead.
Smashing to the stars. Get ready for a beatdown.
My saplings!
I'll take him dead or near him.
Yeah, they had a ton of ramp here. That was a turn 7 turn 7 make the things.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Yeah, I mean, Neverglade Collector continues to just be the best card in the deck, not close.
Must want that star sample. The trolls are going to war!
Rough.
Ready when you are. Always ready.
The constellations bow to me!
That's probably the game.
Now they'll pay attention. It's always cold in the Freljord. We burn, then kindle anew. Dear King! This is gonna be fun! Such naivete.
Yeah, glimpsing in front of the Acel might have been right. This one has Overwhelm, but you're right, I probably should have glimpsed in front of the Acel. Is this summoning Hecarim? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Do I start with Neverglade Collector? I could get hushed if I summon Neverglade Collector, right? They don't have Vengeance. They're not Shadow Isles. I think open is best. What a game. What a game. Yeah, there's a Celestial card that silences a follower as well. Oh, I should have hooked the Ice Pillar probably, huh?
Lovely day for a battle.
You timed out because you posted a line that was incorrect.
Leave your bags at the door.
Yes. All right. Well, I was gonna time you back out, but I'm gonna time you out again now that you're gonna come and argue with me about it. Why didn't I glimpse there? Because I want to use the glimpses while I have 2 Neverglade Collectors in play. These glimpses are each worth 2 points of damage. If I wait.
My, how they stare.
We're gonna get Dragon spelled here. Great Insult spelled. Man, their life gain was just too much. That's the game? Not guaranteed. I could draw a Rekindler here, and then Rekindler lets me play a blocker to stay in. Because I get priority after this. So if we hit Rekindler, we're going to 12, so we get 2 blockers. I think we live. Maybe Trundle still kills us. I'll do a really close game. Let them hit us in case they have the deal damage to Nexus quest. Yeah, the relics can block, but Trundle has Overwhelm. So Trundle's gonna crush us with Overwhelm. Thoughts on what we had going on here? There's only 2 Rekindlers at our top end. I guess that kind of makes sense. Deny at any point in those games against the control decks would have been great. The fact that we never saw any of those was really, really unfortunate. You can always find the deck code of the current deck that I'm playing on the overlay on stream. You can also find it on my Mobalytics page. I'll post whatever we finish with here in just a moment. Don't really know what I have thoughts on as far as wrap-ups go. I don't think so. Like, again, like, the people in chat that are shouting out random cards and telling me what the cards do, like what the text box is, that's a bad way to approach deck building and deck tuning, in my opinion. In my opinion, you should be identifying problems and then saying, hey, this card seems like a solution to that problem. So, like, for example, our best draws with this deck always involve Neverglade Collector, and the games where we get 1 to 2 Neverglade Collectors out, we were usually winning because we were winning with the race. So with that in mind, creating those nut draws more consistently, there were a lot of games where we didn't find Collector. Playing Phantom Prankster could potentially solve the problem of not finding Neverglade Collector often enough. Adding Prankster could also potentially solve the pseudo problem we have of not having quite enough hits for Stalking Shadows. This was a card that missed a couple of times on us. Crumble was kind of slow and awkward, and I think with 3 Deathmarks, that's probably plenty of interaction. I don't know that we really need explicitly landmark interaction in this format right now or in this deck, so I feel like cutting Crumbles for 2 Phantom Pranksters is probably where I would end. I thought Shark Chariot was great. Shark Chariot was a big part of the reason why we were in a lot of the games that we were in. The ability to race and to win with Neverglade Collector and just be in the positions we were in was because Shark Chariot was popping up for us consistently. So yes, I think I like that change. That change gets us up to 21 units, which I think 21 is about the floor of where you want to be for Stalking Shadows, to not miss with this card too often, because missing with this is something that happens with some frequency. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this deck code on our Mobalytics page here for people that want the list we ended on. And then if you missed any of that set, this is definitely the sweeter deck of the 2 that we played today. It's going to go up on YouTube as one of my highlights, so be sure to check that out. But if you want the deck code right now, it'll be on my Mobalytics page here momentarily. Yeah, Shark Chariot lets you top deck one enabler and immediately fill your board with attackers. Exactly correct. All right. At any rate, that's going to wrap up for Runeterra stuff for today. I am taking Saturday and Sunday morning off this weekend. I've done streams in the morning the last couple of weekends, so I'm taking 2 mornings in a row off. I'll be back for sure with more Runeterra Monday through Friday mornings next week. For the rest of the stream today, we're going to wrap up with a little bit more Fatal Core.